talk about some of the lead guitar things. Trilling, as far as, you know, you'll hear that on the beginning of Voodoo Child. Not Voodoo Child Slight Return, but the slow Voodoo Child, which I actually like a little better. I think it's the fourth song on side A of Electric Ladyland. Side A, because I like vinyl a lot. I don't know if you can see the record collection here, but oh well. But okay, now the big deal about that, it's seemingly simple to just go, you know, between a couple of different notes. But the important thing to do with that is to make sure that both notes stay and maintain equal intensity. So you don't want one to kind of be petering out and to be wimpy compared to the other one. There's no room for wussy notes here, okay? So one of the things that you want to practice when you're getting into that, or in any sort of hammer-on and pull-off approach, is making sure that it's got the same intensity and the same feel, even though you're not literally picking the note, you're not articulating it in the right hand. You're only, you know, striking it once and then letting it. You want it to maintain that intensity. And one of the ways that I do that, and that I recommend you give it a shot, and I show this to students all the time, is in the left hand. It's a bit difficult to explain here on the video, but in the left hand, once I'll strike a note, hammer on, and really come down on that, you know, so I make sure that it's got that same volume and everything else. But then as I'm pulling off of that note, my finger is almost articulating the note as if my left hand, as if my second finger, because that's what I'm using here, or my third finger if I were doing between the second and the fourth frets. But the finger that's pulling off is almost striking the string again, if that makes sense, and articulating again, so that. And you want to be careful not to have it bend, you know, like I just had it sound a little bit. Okay? And you just work at that until you got that going, and then. So the trill is important. I don't know how we're doing on time. I think there's a 10-minute limit here, so I just want to briefly mention one other thing. And I know this is a bit of a smodge podge, but I hope that's okay. Jimmy's reverse bend. Of course, he loved to play out of minor pentatonic shapes, and like there in A. He'd do that a lot of times, particularly when he was playing slow blues. Okay, so you're bending up with the third finger, and as you get to the top of that pitch, it's a whole step bend, then it's grabbing the third string or the second string, whatever the next string down is, okay, and it's pushing that string up, grabbing it, so it's literally down against the fret. The note is fretted, but it hasn't sounded yet, okay? And we'll talk about muting and damping a little bit in an in-depth lesson. That's hard to say fast. In an in-depth lesson. But okay, and then you grab that string, and then with your right hand you articulate it. And as you release the second string, in this case, the third one comes down too. You know, or if it were between the first and the second string, same thing. You push the first string up, grab the second. And as you release the first, the second comes down. And it's like I think in terms of step-wise, it's like a whole step and a half. So there's a little bit about that, and thanks so much again for viewing, and I'll be adding a few more videos here over the coming weeks, and thanks again for watching.